an investigation, which your team is requesting an investigation?
Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our.
And it looked like Sky head coach Tyler Marsh has confirmed there has been lies told about the Indiana Fever.
Chicago Sky's coach is completely puzzled because Angel Reese just made the bold claim that Indiana Fever fans are racist. Spoiler, they're not. However, the WNBA seems to have a habit of subtly criticizing the Fever whenever possible. So what's really happening here? Is this a genuine basketball controversy, a conspiracy, or just chaotic social media drama? Get ready. You're about to discover the truth behind the madness.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA and our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
Even her head coach just went on record and said he didn't hear anything about harassment until we did. The exact time we did was when the WNBA stated that they was going to launch an investigation into the game. Now, if that is your head coach, he should have been the first person directed to know if there was hate speech or racist slurs said towards one of his.
The WNBA circus has arrived, and at the center of the chaos is Angel Reese, taking on the role of the main ringmaster. She's pulled out her victim goggles and dramatically pointed fingers at Indiana Fever fans, claiming they're the new villains of American sports. According to her, these passionate Fever supporters are a hotbed of racism, though in reality, they're mostly harmless. This isn't some noble civil rights battle. It's a spectacle, a sideshow fueled by outrage. Reese seems to be reveling in the drama, turning the situation into her personal performance. Meanwhile, the fans and the truth remain caught in the whirlwind of her fiery accusations.
We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom, Coon, unless he starts backtracking like he's Darrell Revis in his prime, and he intercepts the hate like Deion said. Unless that happens, Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago.
About this from the Chicago Sky coach, from Tyler Marsh, and he has essentially confirmed that what we all thought, that the allegations made were because of the flight react sound effect. The flight react sound effect is what happens because everyone thought, maybe there was something that like the players heard and they reported it. No.
First, the notion that Indiana Fever fans secretly hold racist beliefs is as plausible as a vegan at a Texas BBQ. The Fever's supporters are clear. They love basketball, they admire Caitlin Clark, and they enjoy beating teams like the Chicago Sky. Racism isn't part of their motivation, but Angel Reese? She's creating an outlandish narrative, like a toddler finger-painting a Jackson Pollock, completely over the top and hard to take seriously. Her exaggerated claims seem designed to stir controversy rather than reflect reality, making it clear that her accusations are more about drama than truth.
But there was actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese spoke. The more notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky.
So, what's really happening here? The WNBA has been a slow-motion disaster for years, with ratings declining steadily, attendance fluctuating unpredictably, and fan engagement barely making a ripple. The on-court action is plagued by awkward offense, overly whistle-happy referees, and a pace that feels more like a PowerPoint presentation than a top-tier sport. Instead of addressing these genuine issues, the league and its supporters keep shifting the blame onto the fans. Apparently, it's our fault for not being excited by mid-range jump shots and endless free throws. Blaming the audience for tuning out isn't the path to growth. It just highlights how disconnected the league has become from its fans' preferences and expectations.
Report anything. He's like, well, we just heard about what's going on. Like, he had no idea. He's just like, well, we just heard that this is happening. So no, they've confirmed this is because of Twitter. This is the most unserious league ever. Kathy Engelbert, you are like, this is embarrassing. And I don't even know if it's Kathy. There's no video proof. The players don't know what's going on. The coaches, like, we heard nothing. Both sets of players are like, we heard nothing. And it's a social media account that has now deleted their account.
Because clearly, the actual issue isn't Angel Reese's dramatic antics or the Chicago Sky's struggle to keep pace with Indiana's relentless energy. Nope. It's those darn Fever fans and their whispered accusations of racism. Meanwhile, on the court, Indiana's Caitlin Clark and the Fever were torching the Sky like they were trying out a new BBQ sauce recipe. The Sky looked out of place, as if they wandered into a chess match expecting checkers, while Clark and Indiana played a high-stakes game of 3D chess with laser beams and fireworks lighting the way. As for Angel Reese, she was left scrubbing the floor as if it owed her money, caught in the crossfire of the controversy. Let's revisit that infamous foul. It's become the perfect microcosm of the Angel Reese saga. Loud, controversial, and completely missing the bigger picture. The foul wasn't some grand conspiracy. It was a natural result of Indiana's relentless pressure and Chicago's desperate attempts to stay in the game. Yet somehow it's been blown out of proportion, turning into a scandal fit for daytime soap drama, overshadowing the real issues on and off the court.
A moment of truth has been told about the Chicago Sky, bro. Just like I told y'all days ago, bro. This whole thing was fabricated and it was a lie. I released footage on the sideline. I released several videos confirming that no one was targeting
Angel Reese's reaction? Oh, it was nothing short of theatrical brilliance. An Oscar-worthy performance in the dramatic overreaction to a routine foul category. What should have been a standard call quickly escalated into an epic monologue about injustice, conspiracy, and divine interference. One moment she's on the court. The next, she's channeling Hamlet, screaming at the universe as if the basketball gods had conspired to ruin her game. Never mind that fouls are a regular part of basketball, and that the call was fairly typical by WNBA standards. No, for Angel, this was a personal attack. An elaborate plot designed to crush her confidence and silence her star power. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever kept doing what good teams do, winning. They played with discipline, focus, and strategic precision. They executed plays flawlessly, played tough defense, and, surprisingly, didn't fall into melodramatic fits every time a call went against them. They weren't preoccupied with optics or narratives. Their focus was on scoring points and stopping their opponents. While Angel was busy trying to turn a routine foul into a grand saga, the Fever was quietly rewriting the scoreboard through teamwork, resilience, and determination. This contrast underscored the difference between manufactured drama and true game focus.
Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical of you. All those Chicago Sky reporters, you guys are all pussies. Let's just call a spade here. You guys are all soft as Charmin. Shout out to Kobe, R.I.P. to the Mamba. Charmin soft. Hey, Angel, how is it like dealing with the environment of people calling you all those names? Oh, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Oh, Angel, how did it feel? How did you push through that? Oh, well, obviously it's hard to hear. Wait, did it happen to you or did you not hear anything happen to you? That's very...
And honestly, the whole Angel Reese phenomenon is starting to feel like that one friend who just can't let anyone else have a moment. You know the type. You're talking about a minor injury, like twisting your ankle, and suddenly they're reminiscing about the time they shattered their leg and had to hobble 5 miles through snow. If they lose a game, it's always the ref's fault, no matter the circumstances. If they're outplayed, it's systemic bias at play. Missing a crucial shot in the final moments? Clearly the stars weren't aligned. There's always an excuse, a scapegoat, or some story. Anything to avoid taking responsibility. And don't even mention facts. If Indiana plays better, you're dismissed. Expect the Angel Reese PR machine to kick into gear, labeling you a hater, blocking you on social media, or accusing you of internalized misogyny or racism, because how dare you suggest her team simply got beaten? Angel's no longer just a basketball player. She's become a full-fledged character in her own narrative. But the twist everyone sees coming? She's the one writing herself out of relevance, all in pursuit of her next dramatic headline.
When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena. That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no.
The irony in all of this? Angel Reese's public outburst might be doing more harm than good, not just to her own image, but to the WNBA as a whole. When a rising star, someone seen as a future face of the league, responds to a tough loss by attacking fans and media, instead of accepting responsibility, it doesn't come across as bold or passionate. Instead, it appears disconnected and dismissive. This behavior risks painting the league as overly sensitive, defensive, and more focused on controversy than progress. Fans tune in for elite athleticism, fierce competition, and genuine sportsmanship, not for theatrical melodramas or soap opera-style drama. Unfortunately, Angel's antics threaten to overshadow the very qualities that could elevate women's basketball: resilience, talent, and professionalism. Supporters want to rally behind players who demonstrate humility and let their skills do the talking. They appreciate post-game interviews that emphasize effort, grit, and accountability, rather than finger-pointing or vague excuses. When Angel shifts attention from her performance on the court to a narrative filled with attitude, subtle jabs, and deflections, it distracts from the league's growth and momentum. Her actions risk undermining the positive strides the WNBA has made this year and could hinder its future development. In a year poised to be transformative, this kind of behavior is a missed opportunity to showcase the sport's true spirit and potential for broader appeal.
And then the worst part is Angel Reese is speaking about it like it's fact too. Angel Reese was like, this is unacceptable, players. If this can happen to me. What's this? The allegation of this was an entire crowd chanting or making those animal noises at Angel Reese. And I'm sorry, that did not happen. If that did happen, ban every single Indiana Fever crowd or fan who was in the arena from ever attending again. Ban the entire crowd. Heck, make Indiana play every single game in an empty crowd, empty arena if that happened. But it didn't happen.
Meanwhile, on the court, the Indiana Fever are quietly but confidently shaping their own narrative, doing so with a swagger that commands attention without demanding it. At the heart of this transformation is Caitlin Clark, a player who has gone beyond the typical rookie hype to become a true phenomenon. Her stardom isn't solely built on her incredible scoring prowess, though that alone would be enough to flood highlight reels for weeks. What sets Clark apart is her fearless approach to the game, playing with relentless intensity and a cool, unwavering confidence. She doesn't need to shout to get noticed. Her play is her voice, resonating loudly in every arena she graces. Watching her is like witnessing a tornado, unpredictable, swift, precise, and utterly destructive. She possesses the vision of a veteran point guard, threading impossible passes with ease, and the shooting range of a sharpshooter, often pulling up from anywhere on the court. Most importantly, Clark exudes a charisma and swagger that only come from knowing she's redefining the game. She's not just participating in basketball, she's rewriting its rules, challenging expectations, and inspiring a new generation of players to follow suit. In doing so, Caitlin Clark is cementing her legacy as a game-changer who's here to stay.
Interesting. Angel Reese, the WNBA came out and got ahead of any type of wrongdoing and are starting their own investigation. Can you please tell us what was said? Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table? Angel, when you were acting like a complete unhinged lunatic, can you please tell us what the families of four were screaming at you from the stands? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to assume that this is a whole entire hoax. Is it not, Angel? Angel, do you think the WNBA is the most unserious basketball league in the history of the world?
But this isn't a solo effort. The Indiana Fever have earned every bit of the recognition they're now receiving. They've found their rhythm, playing with a chemistry that feels almost telepathic, a confidence that borders on fearless, and a collective sense of purpose that's impossible to overlook. Every possession is executed with intention because, to them, each one truly matters. They're not just playing to win, they're making a statement, delivering precise cuts, clutch three-pointers, and fierce defensive stops that demonstrate their focus and determination. The league is beginning to recognize their rise, paying attention to a team that plays with passion and cohesion. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky's recent outing was a stark contrast. They looked like they'd accidentally wandered into the wrong arena. Their offense resembled a haphazard game of pass and pray, while defensively, they couldn't contain even the simplest plays, let alone Caitlin Clark. It was less of a basketball game and more of an improv skit gone wrong. The Sky appeared unprepared and unfocused, qualities that should never define a professional team. As Angel Reese vents and deflects, the league continues to evolve rapidly, shifting its spotlight to those who show up, perform at their best, and rise above the noise. The game is moving forward, fast, and only the most committed will keep pace.
So after opening the season with a triple-double, she then dropped 27-11 with 5 boards and 2 steals. That is a problem, but it doesn't end there. So remember how last game, how she tied the third-place player for the most triple-doubles in WNBA history, right? Now she has the most 25 and 10-plus games in WNBA history already. But trust me, I'm not even done yet. So Caitlin Clark now tied Courtney Vandersloot for the most 20 and 10 games. Vandersloot took 430, Diana took 565. It's taking Caitlin 42.
While Angel Reese is busy trying to create a narrative about racism, one that seems more like a publicity stunt than a genuine issue, the real story is being overlooked. The true headline? The Indiana Fever didn't just show up, they dominated. With a potent combination of skill, grit, and relentless effort, they handed the Chicago Sky a clear reality check. It wasn't about politics, social agendas, or questionable refereeing. It was about basketball. Tough, honest, competitive basketball played at a high level. Let's not dismiss what actually transpired on the court simply because someone wants to stir controversy off it. The Fever displayed intensity, cohesion, and a winning mentality, while the Sky appeared unprepared and unfocused, more interested in deflecting blame than playing their best. As the dust settles, one thing is obvious. No amount of finger-pointing or performative outrage will change the scoreboard. Perhaps Reese's actions, in a backwards way, highlight a larger issue. If the WNBA truly aims to grow its fan base, it should focus less on off-court drama and more on the teams that deliver results. Fans want to see stars leading by example, showing strength through performance, not through tantrums or staged protests. There's a vital difference between standing up for a cause and leveraging controversy just to stay in the headlines.
Caitlin Clark is clearly a better basketball player than Angel Reese.
But you know what's crazy? Because I don't...
But Angel Reese is a good player, but they just play 2 different positions. Like, it's not even the same type of game.
But there's always a conversation about, y'all don't see that? About who's better out of the 2 ladies, Caitlin or Angel Reese? I always thought...
I don't see that conversation anymore.
Okay, not anymore, right? But in the beginning, yes. And I actually started to watch some of the clips because I wanted to determine for myself. And then I was like, oh, Caitlin is obviously really a great player. I don't know why they even had the conversation.
This league has incredible potential. The WNBA is bursting with talent, raw, polished, and eager to transform the game. From rookie newcomers bringing fresh energy to seasoned veterans holding everything together, the athleticism and skill level are unmistakable. The foundation is strong, the fan base continues to grow, and the demand for women's basketball has never been higher. However, if the focus keeps drifting to distractions, side stories, and unnecessary drama, that momentum could quickly fade. Instead of showcasing jaw-dropping highlight reels, too often we find ourselves discussing post-game theatrics, social media disputes, and players more interested in creating controversy than winning games. It's clear, the WNBA needs authentic leaders, not just players with platforms, but athletes with purpose, those who inspire through their performance and dedication on the court. We need stars who work tirelessly, who compete fiercely, and who show up every night ready to give their best. These are the players who rise above the noise, who let their skills do the talking, and who help grow the league through their commitment and integrity. Ultimately, it's the players who demonstrate resilience, professionalism, and passion that will truly elevate the sport. Players who focus on winning, not chasing headlines or playing the victim when things go awry.
Caitlin Clark said, "No layups in my house," and sent Angel Reese flying like it was a Southwest commercial. That flop had Academy Award winner written all over it. But the refs really looked at that and said, "Yep, that's definitely murder," and gave Caitlin a flagrant like she pulled a knife out mid-play. And Angel tried to run up on her and said, "You're crazy as fuck, what the fuck are you doing?" And Caitlin's all like, "This is just basketball. It's either a layup or free throws. Pick one."
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
And just like that, Caitlin Clark dropped a triple-double, won by 35, and packed Angel's bags for her. Ice in the veins and apparently in the elbow.
Take Indiana, for example. They didn't just play hard. They brought the fever, a level of energy and hustle that electrifies arenas and quiets any doubters. That's how respect is earned and a fan base is built, by showing up with intensity, focus, and true grit. Not by crying foul over tough competition or blaming the officials when things don't go your way. If Angel Reese can't handle a little pressure, maybe she should stay out of the fire. On the court, she's starting to look overwhelmed, and confidence crosses into delusion when it's not backed up by performance. Talk is cheap. If you want to prove yourself, do more than throw fouls and point fingers. To the Chicago Sky coach puzzled by Reese's comments about Indiana's fans, the real issue isn't in the stands, it's on the court. The scoreboard doesn't care about excuses or theatrics. It's honest, unforgiving, and always tells the truth. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.